calling function, that's it. Only to make you the point clear, when to go for static function, how to create static function, when to go for non-static methods, how to create the non-static methods. For any project, we create some utility classes, library classes, and test case classes. First, we create the required utility class functions, library classes, and appropriate function. By calling utility class function and library class function, we implement the test case in the real time. Still, there are lots of enhancements to be carried out. What kind of enhancements to be carried out still? In our test cases, whatever we have implemented, in every test case, we are calling launch application first. Finally, we are calling close application. In the test-ng, we have some annotations before the test and after the test. If I configure launch app with before test, one of the test-ng annotation, before running the every test case, when you run the test case, implicitly before test method will be called, meaning automatically launch application will be called and executed, so that in every test case, I no need to make an explicit call to the launch application method. Similarly, at the end of the test, the method configured with after test annotation gets executed, means in every test case explicitly you no need to make a call to the launch application. So that by using some test-ng and its features, Apache Py and its features, still we can enhance the developed automation test cases. And we observed while creating few test cases, in every test case we are hard coding the input data, test data. While calling the login function, I am supplying the username value and password value. While calling add employee function, we are supplying some data in the script level. So tomorrow I want to run the test cases with some other data. Every time I have to modify the data. Instead, in real time, the data will be maintained outside of your test cases, maybe in a XML file or in a Excel file, so that your code will access the data present in the external files and execute the test cases. So tomorrow I want to run the test cases with some other data. I no need to update my test case. Only I need to update the file where the test data is maintained. Similarly, we are reporting the results as of now in the console, which is a temporary buffer. So in real time, permanently, we have to save the test reports in HTML format, so that at any point of time, we should be able to track the previous test case, previous build results. So let us do this kind of enhancement. For doing this kind of enhancement, step by step, we learn first test-ng, then Apache Py, further Cucumber, something like this. So today we start with the test-ng. What is test-ng? What is the need of test-ng in Java for Selenium test cases? What are the features of the test-ng? How these features help us to enhance our automation test cases? Note on the topic, test-ng. Did you hear about JUnit? Anybody? JUnit? No?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
It's the
functional function unit.
Yeah, functional unit testing tool.
J stands for Java. It's a Java unit testing tool. NUnit, C#.NET unit testing tool. PyUnit, Python unit testing tool. What is this unit testing concept, first of all? What is the meaning of a unit in our coding?
Small portion.
Small portion, okay. In app utils class, we have created one method just to launch an application. We named the method as launch app. Can I call this launch app alone as one unit?
Yes.
Can I call this launch application code alone as one unit?
Yes, sir.
Launch application method is one unit. Close application method is another unit. We created one function login, enter username, enter password, click submit button. It is another portion within your code. A small separatable portion of your code can be called as unit. Precisely, your methods, each method is nothing but one unit. Each function we have created can be considered as one unit, a small portion, right? To run this code, to run the method, there is a tool called JUnit for Java unit. If your code is Java code, to run the Java methods, there is a tool called JUnit. It will run the code. When the code executed successfully, no errors, the JUnit tool produce the results pass, otherwise fail. If errors are occurred, fail. Without any errors, when the code executed successfully, it will produce the results as pass. Supposing you are implementing Selenium with Python combination. Instead of Java functions, we create Python functions. While creating the code, instead of Java syntax for creating a method, we use Python for creating the same functions. Same functions with Python. To execute Python units, there is a tool called PyUnit. If I go with Selenium and C#.NET combination, not Java, Python, C#.NET combination, there also procedure is same, utility classes, library classes. There also you create some reusable function, one function for launching an application, one function for login, one function for close application. To execute C#.NET units, methods, there is a tool called NUnit. And coming to this TestNG, with the reference of the JUnit and PyUnit and NUnit, the TestNG software was made actually. I will say it's the next version of the JUnit. Whatever the features available in the JUnit as it is taken, some extra features are added into the TestNG. Let's say in the JUnit I have about 10 features. Same 10 features as it is taken, because you know open source, any open source technology, open source meaning the code you can customize, you can add some more code, you can make one more tool. 3 days back, 2 Indian brothers created one language, announced in Times of India. What is the language? Sorry? By programming, right. What it is? Only you have seen that YouTube news, that's it, correct? What is by language did you refer? Instead of giving system.println, already JavaScript available in the market, which is an open source. What these 2 brothers did, copied the entire, taken the entire JavaScript source code. There are some technical functions, right? Technical code, correct? They modified the technical names into easily usable, understandable names by the, very basic people who do not have much idea about any coding. She says system.print.ln. Instead of technical statement, a simple name is given to print the same. They modified the JavaScript named as by language. Meaning, open source meaning, existing code can be modified, new code can be added, you can make the application as you require. They created a new programming language by modifying the JavaScript. Like, JUnit is as it is taken, source code of the JUnit is taken, some extra features are added, named as a new tool called TestNG. Test next generation, shortly called NG, which is again an open source. You have not developed any new thing to make it commercial. Already existing open source code you have updated and create a new one. So definitely you should not sell it for commercials. It should be again a open source. By language should be open source. They should not sell it because they modify the existing open source code. Anyhow, TestNG was made like that. TestNG, I can say, the next version of the JUnit. Whatever available in the JUnit as it is taken, some extra features are added to make it powerful, which is used for functional testing in Java code. Let us see this. At testng.org, the official website of the test engine, like selenium.development. Test engine is a testing framework, a approach, provided a set of features that is called a framework. Framework meaning a group of features made for a particular purpose. Test engine is a testing approach framework inspired from JUnit, NUnit, I can say PyUnit also, introducing some new features that make it powerful and easier. So finally, I will say testing is the next version of the JUnit and NUnit, which is a free software. There are so many features available in the test engine. These features can be used for Java code execution. As we are implementing Selenium test cases with Java combination, I can make use of the test engine features to simplify my automation test cases. What are the features available? How these features helps in Selenium automation test cases? We learn step by step. First, make a small introduction about what is this test engine. Test engine is a testing framework Test engine is a testing framework Test engine is a testing framework inspired from JUnit, NUnit, JUnit, NUnit, but added more features, to make it powerful. So test engine is powerful than the JUnit because extra features are available in the test engine when you compare with the JUnit. This test engine is available in the market last 8 years. Before 8 years, yes, we used to go with JUnit in place of test engine. But last 8 years in the companies, we are not using JUnit. In place of JUnit, we are using test engine. JUnit is a free version. Test engine also free version. Test engine has all features available in the JUnit as it is available in the test engine. We have some extra functionalities in the test engine. Hence, in companies, we are using test engine nowadays. Meaning, if you know test engine, implicitly you know JUnit. Because whatever available in JUnit, as it is copied into the test engine. Whatever annotations we are going to learn, as it is available in the JUnit also. Though you are using JUnit, there is nothing to be learned newly because same features we can use. But we have some extra features in the test engine which will not work in the JUnit. Right here, what is the use of test engine in Selenium point of view? What are the features of the test engine? First, we'll see how to install the test engine. Then we talk about what are the features of test engine, how to make use of these features in Selenium test cases. Anybody tried? Installed? Tried meaning installed or not tried meaning click install button? Yes, any online team member, did you install test engine? Yesterday, lastly, I asked you to install it. Am I audible? What is this name?
Sir, I installed. This is my name.
Installed? Okay. Any other team member who not installed, please share your screen.
Sir, I will share you.
Yes, Abhishek, did you install? Right. Invoke the Eclipse. Open the Eclipse. Now what you are doing? I ask you to open the Eclipse. Stop your screen sharing. Any other team member share your screen? So Abhishek, did you have not opened Eclipse till now? Any other team member share your screen? Yes, open the Eclipse. If you want to install any plugin, any add-on to the Eclipse, procedure would be the same. Eclipse has a dedicated marketplace. Like Google Chrome browser has marketplace. Firefox, there are many add-ons available. Jira, many add-ons available. Same way, for Eclipse also, there are many add-ons available. To install any plugin to the Eclipse, procedure would be the same. Go to Help menu. The last one, Help. The last but one, Eclipse Marketplace. If you have the internet connection available, it will fetch various add-ons available for Eclipse in the internet market. Show you, these are the plugins available for the Eclipse so that you can install the required plugin. Type the plugin you wanted. TestNG. First one, TestNG for Eclipse. Install. Listen, everybody, there are two options here. TestNG, first one required. Second one, TestNG Maven integration, which is optional. Anyhow, down the line, we are going to learn even Maven. Maven used for your resource library dependency management. So as of now, we are associating Selenium separately. We can associate other APIs. Instead, you associate the APIs every time. We have an option that using Apache Maven, whatever the libraries you require for creating the code, you can put in one XML file. Whatever the library names you have mentioned, TestNG, Selenium, Apache Py, XYZ, automatically they get downloaded and associated. So anyhow, down the line, we are going to use even Apache Maven also for developing Selenium tests. So better you install even Maven also along with the TestNG. Confirm to continue. It takes some amount of time to install it. It is downloading from testng.org website and follow the installation. Lastly, you receive a security warning. You are trying to install a third-party software on your Eclipse. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, accept the warning. You receive a security alert. You want to continue. You are trying to install a third-party software. Install anyway. There will be one option. Install it. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes of time. That is based on the web server of the TestNG. Sometimes in the testng.org also there are some little issues. It may take 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Let it. Lastly, you receive a warning. Accept the warning. Stop screen sharing.
I have a doubt.
Yes.
This QTP, there's a whole team working on HP team or now Micro Focus team working on all the enhancements, everything. Java is open source. Now Selenium is also. I have worked on both. I mean, I have worked on QTP. Now I see that this is much better than QTP. So how these new enhancements are coming? Who are they? Who is working on that, and how they are getting paid?
You are talking about TestNG and all?
In general, Selenium and its features, it's all extensions, Maven, Cucumber. Every time.
No, see, one company, one person is not made this. Stop screening, Ramakrishna, right? Stop screen sharing. See, QTP belongs to one company. All enhancements, earlier HP, before Mercury Interactive, initially a company called Astra Quick Test. 20 years back, QTP software made by a company called Astra Quick Test. Later, the Astra Quick Test company bought by another company called Mercury Interactive. Later, the Mercury Interactive company bought by HP, Hewlett Packard. Now, the entire software division of HP belongs to another company called Micro Focus. Finally, now QTP belongs to Micro Focus. Here, only Micro Focus organization will take care of the enhancements. When you talk about open source, TestNG is small software made by one organization, one community. Cucumber made by another community. JNet made by another community. All different plugins are made by different open source organizations. Java supported plugins. So here, I am not using the all plugins belongs to one company. There are so many plugins available supported for Java. According to my requirement, whatever the plugins I needed, I download, associate, I use it. Millions of plugins available for Java. Very few plugins available for Python. Hence, mostly companies using still Selenium and Java combination. See your question, one group of people not making all the plugins. So many people, so many open source communities involved in making different plugins. And they are promoting their business by giving free. You know, a person make a YouTube video, publish for a free. For what? For ads, correct? A person investing the money first, making a video, publishing. Initially, there is an investment and publishing. Slowly, they get the return. They get the returns on the investment. Same way, many open source communities are working. Right. Ramakrishna, lastly, you receive a message. Did you receive? Still, it is happening.
No, sir. It is being continued.
Right. Maybe you wait.
Yes,
Once you receive the message and install, receive the message, install anyway. Accept the warning.
okay,
It will restart your Eclipse. Once it is done, please give a confirmation. Okay?
Okay, sir.
In between, take the next one related to TestNG. TestNG features. TestNG features. What are the features available in the TestNG tool? Coming to TestNG features, I list out. One by one, we learn all of the features. Annotations, one of the great feature available in the TestNG API. Annotations. Assertions. Test reports. Test suite. Actually, this test suite we create using a XML file called testng.xml. We'll discuss about this. These are the major features available in the TestNG in Selenium functional testing point of view. These features of the TestNG we use for Selenium testing point of view. List out the features, we'll learn all one by one. TestNG features, annotations, assertions, test reports, test suite. Annotations, assertions, test reports, and test suite. These features are very useful for developing Selenium automation test cases. Let us explore all of these features one by one. First, let us start with what is these annotations? What is the use of annotations in Selenium test cases? Take the first topic, annotations. Annotations. Take the notes, I'll explain. TestNG provided following annotations. See, all annotations preceded with @ symbol. @test, first one, @test. Before test, after test, before suit, after suit, to control the to execute the test cases, also to control the test execution sequence, order or sequence, what to run first, what to run next can be decided using this kind of annotations. First, let us see what is this @test annotation. Listen this. Let's say I have created some method here. How using Java you can able to run this method? There is a method available somewhere. How to execute the code of this method? I have some method created. How to run the code of this method? How, as of now, we are running the code of the method?
With the help of the method name, sir.
We are making a call to this method, correct? If it is a static method, class name dot method name. If it is a non-static method, we create an object. Finally, we are making a call to the method. While implementing previous test cases, what I did, app utils dot launch app. We are making an explicit call to launch app. So program execution control goes to the launch app. Then whatever the code available inside the launch app is getting executed. Finally, in Java, we have to make an explicit call to the method, then only the code of the method run. If you want to execute the Java method using standalone Java, I'm not using any other API like TestNG or JUnit, we must make a call to the function. Then only whenever a call made to the function, the code of the function gets run. Now in the TestNG, what I will do, any method is configured using @test annotation, just I have to put @test. If a method configured using @test annotation, TestNG makes a call to the function, it executes the code. When the code executed successfully, no errors were produced, @test method, @test annotation, finally TestNG produce results pause. If any errors are occurred, TestNG produce the results as failed. We no need to make an explicit call. The method you want to run, just you configure using @test annotation. TestNG makes a implicit call to the function which is associated using @test annotation. When the code executed successfully, we get the results pause. If any errors are occurred, TestNG produce the results as failed. Meaning of this, test this code, execute this code. If the code executed successfully, pass. Otherwise, fail. See the first one. Take the first one, @test annotation, @test. If a method is configured using @test annotation, if a method configured with @test annotation, TestNG executes a method, not Java. TestNG running this method. TestNG runs this method. TestNG runs this method. If the code executed successfully, when the code executed successfully without any errors, TestNG produce the results as pause. TestNG produce results as pause. Otherwise, TestNG produce results as fail. Otherwise, TestNG produce results as fail. Otherwise, TestNG produce results as fail. Check out this one. To explain these concepts, I'm creating a new Java project to teach you all TestNG concepts. I'm creating a temporary project maybe with a name TestNG_demo something. It's a Java project as of now. Already in my Eclipse TestNG installed. Sir, in one workspace, you can have multiple projects, right? In one Eclipse workspace, you can have multiple projects. You install TestNG at Eclipse level, correct? That doesn't mean for every project you need the TestNG. We install TestNG at Eclipse level. do we require TestNG for every project? May or may not. So automatically TestNG will not be associated to the Java project you have created, though it is installed. Like Selenium, you need to associate the TestNG. I went to Java build path. Now I am not associating the Selenium because here at this moment, I am not going to build any code to interact with my HTML browsers. So Selenium API is not required. Java needs Selenium API to interact with the browsers. I'm associating a library because already we have installed it, correct? Installed components are generally called as libraries. I'm adding a library. What is the name? TestNG. Only for this project, TestNG underscore demo, TestNG associated. So I can make use of the TestNG features in the second project, not in the first project. If I want to use the TestNG features in this RNHRM project, we have to associate the TestNG for RNHRM project. So it is project level. Right. Ramakrishna installed. Still going. Okay. So I created a Java project with the name TestNG underscore demo, and we have associated the TestNG to our Java project. Right. Here, I'm creating a sample package, something. Say Gmail test something. It is a test case only, but I'm not inserting the main method. Why? Why I'm not inserting the main method?
Because as per the Java, any code is starting from the main, execution will start from the main method.
That is okay. That's okay. Now I am not in why I am not inserting the main method. That is the question.
SNG
I do not want to run with the Java. My code I do not want to run with the Java. My test cases I do not want to run with Java. This time I want to run my test cases using TestNG features. This @ test annotation. Hence, main method was not inserted, in fact, in test case also. If I am not using TestNG or JUnit, you must need a main method to make Java to run your test cases. Here, I'm creating one function. Say, for example, send mail. Send mail is my function in Gmail. Just I'm building some code here. It's a sample code. See, next to 3 sessions, we learn TestNG concepts with a very sample code, not any original script. Once we learn all TestNG features, we go back to our RNHRM code, what we have implemented. Test cases again we create using TestNG features. I remove all the previous test cases, only test cases. Utilities will be same, library classes will be the same. The way of developing test cases will change. After learning TestNG features, we modify the previous test cases. For learning purpose, first I am creating some sample code. Send mail test. So when I run this class, Gmail test, will anything will run? Try. Will anything will run? There is no main method. It's executing the previous one in the memory. Maybe yesterday, last day, I have executed this employee login test case. That employee login test case, it is running. The recently executed program, it is running. Here I don't have a main method. So definitely this class cannot be run. I'm not using even any TestNG features at now. Now what I'm trying to do, observe here. This method I'm associating with, configuring with, I press Ctrl and space bar. TestNG already associated to our Java project now. It is showing the TestNG features, annotations. What is the first one? @test, one of the TestNG annotation. It marks a method for test execution. See, I'm running this now. Any method is configured using @test annotation. TestNG run the code of the method. When the code executes successfully, we get the results pass, otherwise fail. I'm running it. It's your console output. See, first time we are seeing the results in this way because this is not Java generated output, TestNG generated output. We are printing something in the console. Send mail test. One method executed and pass. Any errors are occurred while executing the code? If no errors are occurred, TestNG produce the results pass. If any errors are occurred, TestNG produce the results as fail. Total number of test cases executed, 1. Nothing failed, nothing escaped, meaning that 1 is pass. Did you made a call to this method from anywhere? Only the method you want to run, we have to configure using @test annotation. TestNG makes a call to the method. When the code executes successfully without getting any errors, we get the results pass, otherwise we get the results as fail. First take the notes about this @test annotation. No, I given right. If a method is marked using @test annotation, a TestNG execute the code of the method. When the code executed successfully, TestNG produce the results pass. When any errors are occurred while running the code, TestNG give the results as fail. Okay. So previously I have shown you only console output. Here it is. Not only console output, TestNG automatically generates HTML report. You no need to write a single line of extra code to generate the HTML reports. See the next to the console, next tab to the console here. The results produced by the TestNG. Number of test cases executed, 1. The 1 is pass, pass showing in green color. Nothing failed, nothing escaped. We'll talk about this default suit and default test. As of now, I was not created any suit. I told you. Here we have one of the features called creating a suit. If no suit is created by you, you executed only one test, TestNG creates a default suit and take only that one test case you have executed into the suit. The name default suit, the name default test, these are class executed, these are method executed and pass. How to build the suit and all we'll discuss. Now, here, I'm creating one more, I'm creating one more package here. For example, utils. Here I am creating a class. Say for example, Gmail utils. Here I am creating a function. Say login. Gmail login. I'm creating one more method. Say Gmail logout. Let us try to understand these two annotations now. Before the test, after the test. Login I am configuring using before the test. The logout I am configuring using after the test. The Gmail test extends, Gmail utils, say for example, or I'll change the name, SendMail test. The SendMail test case extends Gmail utils. You tell me how many methods will be available in the memory of the SendMail test? When I run this code, how many methods will be present in the memory of the SendMail test case class?
3, sir.
3. What are the 3? SendMail. It is extending the Gmail utils. Whatever present in the Gmail utils will be copied into the memory of the SendMail test. There are 2 here. Totally there are 3. Totally there will be 3. In these 3, one is configured with before the test. One configured with @test. One is configured with after the test. Just guess and explain the sequence. There are 3 methods. One method is configured with before the test. One method is configured with @test. The other method is configured with after the test. So I said annotations not just to run the test cases, also used to control the program execution sequence. What is the sequence? First, before test case will run. Before test will run. What is before test here? Login will run. Then, see, your Java or TestNG will not run in this order. This order is controlled by the annotations. First, before test will run, login. Then, test case will run, SendMail. Then, after the test will run, logout. Let me run this code now. See, I'm not calling login or logout from the test case. Only just I configured with appropriate annotations. First, before test executed, Gmail login. Test executed, SendMail. After test executed, Gmail logout. But TestNG producing the results only for the test methods. What do you mean by test methods? Only the methods marked using @test annotation. The test case. For login, logout are not test cases. Checking a SendMail only the test case here, right? TestNG produce the results only for the test case results. The methods configured using @test annotation are created to test something in our project. So TestNG produce the results only for the methods marked using @test annotation. Remaining all considered for preconditions and postcondition. Only the methods marked using @test annotation considered for validation. Remaining preconditions and postconditions. So we write many steps. Check admin login with valid input. Step 1, open the browser, enter valid URL, click go. There will be multiple steps. Finally, what is the major test here? Enter valid username, enter valid password, Click submit button, check admin module displayed or not. That method only we have to configure using @test annotation. Right. So if any method configured using before test, this method gets executed before executing a test case. If a method configured using @after test annotation, that method gets executed after running a test case. Test case in a suite. So actually I was not created any suite, but TestNG automatically creates a suite. Also you have an option to build the suite on your own. Now TestNG consider there is only one test case in the suite. Before running the test case in the suite, before test method will run. After running the test case in the suite, after test method will run. Now, see what I am doing. I am creating one more test case class here. Say, receive mail test. Another test case, that is assumption. One more test case for the same project. Receive mail test. Something like this. These are mark using @test annotation. This also extends Gmail utils. You tell me when I run this program what happened? First, just answer this.
Before test.
First, before test will run, login. Test will run, receive mail. After test will run, log out. Finally, TestNG producing the results only for test method, that is receive mail. TestNG producing the results pass or fail only for the test method, rest all considered for to configure preconditions and post conditions. You please observe here, what is the, as of now, what is the major difference between our previous approach and this approach? Answer me. Previously, in every test case, we used to call login and logout, right? Are you calling login or logout in every test case here? Only you configure the methods, login method, logout method using appropriate annotations. That's it. Make a note of it. @before test. @before test. If a method configured using, if a method configured using, if a method is configured using @before test annotation, @before test annotation, if a method configured using @before test annotation, that method gets executed. That method will be executed. That method will be executed before executing each test case present in the suite. Before executing each test case present in the suite. Before executing each test case present in the suite. So as of now, I was not build any suite, I agree, but still, TestNG automatically create a suite, build a suite. For that reason, we are getting the results like default suite, default test, something like this. Now to the next one. @after test. @after test. If a method marked using if a method marked using after test annotation, I said marked or configured using after test annotation, this method will be executed. This method will be executed after executing each test case present in the suit. After executing each test case present in the suit. Each test case available present in the suit. Right. If a method configured using @test annotation, that method gets executed, test engine produce the results pass or fail. If any method is marked using before test annotation, before running each and every test case in the suit, as of now only one test case in the suit, that method gets run. But test engine will not produce the results for before test and after test. Test engine produce the results only for the methods configured using @test. Only they are marked for validations. Remaining all are prerequisites and post conditions. Right. Now, see here, I'm going to same utils class. I'm creating one more function here. Launch Gmail. Launch Gmail application. I'm creating one more function. Close Gmail. Close Gmail application. This I'm configuring using before the suit. This I'm configuring using after the suit. I agreed I was not created any suit if really one test case was executed. If I'm running the test case, test engine consider there is only one test case in the suit. I'm running this now. Send mail test. What will run first, you tell me? Only I have executed one test case. Test engine consider there is only one test case in the suit. First, before suit executed, launch the Gmail. Then, before test executed, login. Test case executed, send mail. After the test executed, log out. After the suit executed, close application. Finally, test engine giving the results only for one test case. This is a console output. It is a test engine generated output. In the test engine report, preconditions, post conditions will not be visible. Only test methods will be visible. Test cases will be visible. Now I am running the receive mail. First, before suit executed, because only one test case in the suit now, I run only one test case independently. Test engine assumes there is only one test case in the suit. First, before suit executed, before test executed, test case executed, after test executed, after suit executed, test engine producing the results only for the test methods. Make a note of it. @before suit. @before suit. If a method configured using If a method configured using @ before suit annotation, @ before suit annotation, that method will be executed. That method gets executed before running the test suite. Before running the test suite. Take the last one. @ after suite. @ after suite.
So please come again before running.
If any method marked using before suit annotation, that method gets executed before running the test suite. Before running the test suite. One suite will have collection of test cases. When I run the suite, first before suite will run. If I am running independently one test case, test engine assume the suite has only one test case, again before suite will run. Take the last one, @ after suite. A method configured using @ after suite, @ after suite will be executed once, at the end of the test suite. At the end of the test suite. At the end of the test suite. Meaning after running all test cases in the suite. At the end of the test suite. Right. Listen. The concept is a suite will have, what do you mean by a suite? Collection of test cases. A suite will have test cases. Test 1, test 2, and so on. Here we have some methods. Any method is configured using @ before test. I configure some method. Using before test annotation. Assumption I have 2 test cases in the suite. Now what happens? Some method is configured using before test annotation. Assumption there are 2 test cases in the suite. What happened? Before running this test case 1, before running the test case 2, this code gets executed. It is configured before the test. Now, some method I configured using @ after test annotation, then what happens? After executing a test case 1, after executing the test case 2, this code will run. If there is no suite is created, one test case you are running, test engine creates a default suite with only that one test case. Right. So now, I configured a method using before the suite annotation. What do you mean by before the suite here? Before running all test cases in the suite, first before suite will run. Now test engine will run the test cases one after another. If this method I configured using @ after the suite annotation, after running all the test cases at the end, this code will run. Before running the whole suit, at the end of the test suit, lastly, after suit will run. Right. Now, first let me build the suit. As of now, I was not created any suit. Only I am running test cases independently one by one. TestNG building a suit and running the suit. Considering only one test case in the suit. Now, two test cases I have implemented. The two test cases I group together. At project level, I am creating a suit file. File I am creating. This file actually called testng.xml file. Secondary name must be .xml. Primary name you can give any meaningful name. I'm giving a name like this. Gmail testsuit.xml. If you go to the source here, you can build the code according to your testing requirement. I'm building a suit. I'm explaining you how to create a suit. You know HTML or XML tags, HTML tags, XML tags must be enclosed in angular brackets, all in lowercase. In HTML page, the first one is HTML. Here it is suit. You know, in markup languages, HTML, XML, called markup languages, every start tag should have a corresponding end tag. Suit, end of the suit. By default, what is the name you are getting for the suit here? Default suit. Instead of default suit, I want to give a name. The name equal to, I'm giving a meaningful name, Gmail test suit, some name. In place of default suit, Gmail test suit will be printed in the results. One suit will have collection of test cases. Test is another tag name. End of the test. What is the default name we are getting for the test here? What is the default name we are getting here? Default test. Instead of default test, I can print a meaningful name. The name equal to, name is one of the mostly used parameter here. Name equal to, say, send mail test case something. It's not any class name. It is just a logical name that will be printed in the results. It can be ABC also. Okay. How you have implemented test cases? Using some Java classes. As of now, in our code, do you have any artifact or any resource with this name? No, it is just a name to print, title to print. Here we have implemented test cases in Java using some Java classes. Classes. What are the Java classes belongs to this test case need to be mentioned. Inside the classes, we have to give the class path. Class, the name equal to the location, class path. Generally, class path includes package name dot class name. See, in some other package, can I create a class with the same name called sendmail test in other package? Allowed or not allowed? Already I told you while importing, while explaining the import option. I can have a class. In fact, in Selenium also we have select class. 2 select classes we have. 2 lists we have. In java.util package we have one list. In java.awt package we have one list. So here, we have to give the class path. Class path includes a package name. As you know, Java is case sensitive. If you type the package name, we may do some mistakes. Better I copy, paste. In the package testng.demos, in this package testng.demos, I have a class called sendMailTest. This class I want to call here, dot class name. What is the class name? Better you copy and paste. SendMailTest. How many test cases are in the suite now? As of now, how many test cases are in the suite?
One.
Two. Where are two? Only one. Test name of the test case. The technical artifact created to implement this test case. Class name equal to name. Class path. I'm running the suite. I'm running the suite. Previously I run the class actually. Now the suite file window is open. I want to run this testng suite.
Classes name. Classes name.
Somewhere I made a mistake in my code. One moment.
Yeah.
Spelling mistake. Classes. Inside class path. Let me run this now. We have only one test case in the suite now. Gmail test suite. First, before suite executed, launch application. Before test executed, login. One test case in the suite that is executed, send mail, after test and after suite. The suite name, Gmail test suite. I given the name for the suite, right? I given the name for the test case, send mail test case. This is a class executed and it is a method executed. We'll add one more test case into the suite. Test. Like this, you can add so many, as many test cases as you require. The receive mail test case. Inside the test, classes. Inside the classes, class path. Name equal to. In the same package, on the top we have the package name, the class. The class name. Now we have two test cases in this suite. I save it. I'm running the suite. Here we have the option run as testng suite, or directly if this window is invoked, active, when I click run, it will ask you to select what you want to run, testng suite, and click run. It's getting executed. You answer me, what is the output I get now? There are two test cases in the suite. One method is configured with before the suite. Other method configured with after the suite. A method configured with before the test. Some method is configured with after the test. You understand it properly, annotations. Tell me what will run first. Yes, online team, answer this question. What will run first now?
Before suit, sir.
I executed a suit. First, before suit will run. What is before suit here? Launch application. Then launch Gmail application here. Then before test will
Before
run.
test.
Then
Send mail.
test case will run. Then
Resume.
after test will run. Log out. No. There is one method is configured with @after test. After test case will run. Log out. Then there is one more test case. Before test case will run.
Before test.
Again log in. Second test case will run. Receive mail. After test case will run. Log out. As all test cases in the suit are executed at the end, after the suit will run, close the application. See the output now. First, before suit executed, launch the Gmail application. Before test case executed, Gmail login. Test case executed, first test case in the suit, send mail. After test executed, log out. As there is one more test case in the suit, automatically again before test executed. If there are 100 test cases, before executing every test case, the Gmail login will run. We are not making multiple calls, right? Automatically it is controlling. Again before test executed. Second test case executed. After test executed. As all test cases are executed in the suit at the end, after suit executed. Finally, test engine producing the results only for the test cases. Totally, there are only 2 test cases in the suit. The 2 test cases are executed and pass. It is a console output. See the test engine generated output. Totally 2 test cases are executed. Send mail, receive mail. The 2 test cases are passed. The name of the suit, Gmail test suit. This suit has 2 test cases. Send mail test case, receive mail test case. Whatever the titles you are seeing, the names you have given in the code actually. This is a class executed, this is a method executed. This is a class executed and it is a method executed. Finally, 2 test cases are passed. Hope you understand the concept now. Again, today I have mostly focused only on these annotations. @test, @before test, @after test, @before the suit, and @after suit. Only to teach you the concept of before suit and after suit and before test and after test, I created a sample suit here. So today here my expectation only the understanding levels on these 5 annotations what I have discussed. Please confirm that. Suit again I will discuss tomorrow. The suit code I will explain again tomorrow. But to explain you the before suit and after suit, before the test and after test, I created a sample suit, but this is the code actually. But again I will repeat creating a suit. I will give the notes about creating a suit tomorrow. Today our concentration only, we understand 5 annotations. @test, @before test, @after test, @before the suit, and @after the suit. You confirm these 5 annotations are understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. When you run a suit, first before suit will run. A suit may have collection of test cases. If something is configured with before the test, before running each and every test case in the suit, before test will run. Something is configured with @after test annotation. After executing each and every test case in the suit, automatically after test method will run. Once all test cases are executed at the end, after suit will run. It's clear, right? Right. So I stop here today, and tomorrow I'll teach you some other topics related to these annotations only. So one by one we learn, because test engine plays a major role in developing real-time test cases. There are many practical usage of the test engine in Selenium automation test cases. See, previously I built 4 or 5 test cases. Admin login test case with invalid data, employee registration test case, user registration test case. Repetitively, we are making the calls, right? Launch application, close application. If I use this annotation, I no need to call login in every test case. I no need to call logout in every test case. I no need to call launch application in every test case. I no need to call lastly close application in every test case. Launch application I configure with before the suit. Close application I'll configure with after the suit. Login I'll configure with before the test. Logout I'll configure with after the test. In your test case, only you are going to write the code relevant to the functional test case, preconditions and post conditions, only one time setup for your entire project. So after learning all this concept, we go back to the RHRM code and we implement it. So thank you. I conclude here today. Tomorrow we continue the rest of the topics in TestNG. Thank you.